Hello and welcome to our YouTube video tutorials this is step 6 and 7 and 8. So you better hold on because we're going to cover, the core functionality of Keywordmanager.io in this video. Now, just to show you a brief overview here, as you saw in our earlier video, we created 2 clients, which is updated right here, and we added 5 campaigns. You remember the shoes campaign, the what's called boots, sandals, and then our 2 ad groups under the shoe campaign, which was named broad and exact. Now, in this video, we're going to show you how you are working with both public and private lists. But first of all, let's manage to our client page. Let's choose our cheap shoes. Now, first of all, let's click on either one of these campaigns. As I mentioned in the earlier video, we have our public lists right here. Now, let's say we are selling shoes to everyone in the world except for, let's say, South American countries. So we'd like to add those as negatives, or whether it's South American brands or like that. Either way, let's say it's relevant. Now, due to it is a public list, you're not able to add the relation directly between your campaign or ad group with the list. This means that we're able to click over here and copy. Now, if you're ever in doubt of what all this icon means, well, then you're able to hover over here and just see what it does. So this one means clone list, and this globe means that it is a public list. So yeah, most of the icons are pretty self-explanatory, but let's explain it as we go. Now, so let's copy South American countries list. Since we're copying public list, we're able to rename it. So let's say that, well, basically this name is just fine. So just click OK. Yeah. Now we have added the list to our user account. This means that, as you can see now, it is a user icon, which means it's a private list only associated with our user account. And then we got like this link icon, which means we're now able to add a relation between the campaign/ad group and this specific list. Before we're going to do that, we're able to preview which keywords are in this list down here. And we're also able to add keywords to it. But first of all, let's add the relation. By doing that, we're just going to click here. You can see it's been updated now to our icon showing a broken link, which of course means remove relation if we're going to do that. Now, as you can see, there are all of these countries in the list already, and that is pretty fulfilling. Now, let's say Uruguay actually needs to be included and shouldn't be a negative list. Well, we're just going to click here, and it has been removed. And if you're ever in doubt of certain keywords exists in a list, you're able to search for it like here. Let's say, oh, I wonder whether Brazil is included. Oh, it actually is. And whether that's great or not, well, let's say you also want to remove Brazil. Search for it, click it here, and no more Brazil. Now that's not a part of our negative keyword list. Now, let's say that you have removed too many keywords from the original public list and would like to do it all over. Then you're just able to copy it one more time, because you can copy it as many times as you want, and then remove this one. Now I'll show you how you are able to work with the public list at an account. And we've added a relation. So if we go to our export page, we're able to see that there is a relation. Right now, we have selected all campaigns and all lists. So the campaign shoes, we can see that it is associated with the negative list, including South American countries. And as we mentioned before and talked about, Brazil and Uruguay has been removed. Now, let's say we would like to view the campaigns of boots. Oh, there isn't anything. And that is, of course, due to the fact that we haven't added any relations. And if we click on shoes, we can see they exist. Now, the important thing to notice here is that if we choose the shoes exact, which is actually our ad group under the shoes campaign, we'll get nothing. And that means that the negative keyword list is only being associated with the campaign level and not the ad group level. We can do the other thing around. I'm just going to show you. Let's say choose again, take the exact, and let's say for some reason we would like to exclude North American countries. Just gonna name it cover again. I can name another thing. Let's say NAC, North American countries, and then add the relationship like this. I'm not going to add anything new or remove. So if we go to the export page once again, choose the client, choose. Now we can see that we got an ad group. Yeah, campaign, choose, ad group, exact. So if we're going to choose this one, we're able to see that it got all these North American countries, Honduras, Jamaica, Mexico, and if we go back to choose, to the campaign just, we're able to see that it only has the South American countries. So that is how well the hierarchy works. And if we go back to our overview, we're now able to see we have 2 lists in our account and 33 keywords. Yeah. Now, we do not only want to work with our public lists. We got a lot of different public lists, but of course we're not able to cover everything, and some lists may only be make sense to implement on one singular client, and that's why not going to be a public list. So let's say we want to add our own. Let's go to private list. We can see here that we already have our NAC list and South American countries lists. And as I explained before, when you make a copy of a public list, it's going to be private. Now, let's add a new list. Let's say we would like to exclude since boots and shoes are close to clothing items, we're going to create a negative keyword list named clothes. Now, right now, there are no keywords in them, so if I say shirt, nothing comes out. Oh. Now, we're able to add different types of negative keywords. We're able to add phrase, exact, and broad, and of course, broad modified by adding a plus sign instead of a word. I'm just going to work with broad because, well, no action I'm going to show you. So let's say we'd like to add shirts. First, we'll add shirts like this. And you can see I added no formatting, so it just named it broad. Oh, shirts again. Now it's broad modified, but still on the match type broad. Phrase. And exact. You get the point. Now let's add a couple other ones just for the sake of it. Let's say shorts. Jeans, socks. No, let's add socks for instance. Now we have our own list, and let's say for some reason actually socks was important also, and then just remove by clicking here. And if we would like to check whether we have implemented jeans in our list, oh, we actually have. And the same thing goes where we're able to search a list. Do we have a list named clothes? Oh, yes, we did. Now, let's go back to our client list here. Shows our client, cheap shoes. And we actually like it to add to all of our lists. An important thing to notice is that all of your private list is going to be displayed at the top, and then the public list is going to come. Now, let's add the clothing to all of our campaigns. Oh, right there. And like this. If I'm going to add a keyword at this point, I'm going to add it to the list, which is going to be added to all of the campaigns. So let's say we would like to add trousers. We added it, and let's go to our export page to see how it works. Now, we added the negative keyword list clothes to all of our campaigns, which means that if we select the clothes list and just narrate through all of our campaigns as ad groups, we're going to see that it has been added to all of them. Of course, it is a mistake from my side to actually add it on the ad group because, well, we added that campaign. There's no need to add it on the ad group also, but, you know, it was just for the sake of the example. So that's how that basically works. And I hope you were able to hang on and got a feel for it. And if you didn't, well, watch the video again and just play around with it. It's quite easy to get your hands on. So thank you very much. I hope it